A debate show host slams his hand on the desk and says the words that will follow a 23-year-old rookie for weeks. This is the wrong pick. He isn't talking about a trade. He isn't talking about a suspension. He's talking about one man's inclusion on baseball's biggest stage. And across dugouts, front offices, and sports talk sets all over the country, people are asking the same furious question. How did a kid with only 5 career starts end up standing next to the greatest players alive?
This is the story of Jacob Misiorowski, a flame-throwing giant from Missouri who threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in his very first big league pitch. A player who split a clubhouse, sparked a national argument, and then, when the noise was loudest, let his arm answer questions the shouting never could. Rewind to June of 2025. The Milwaukee Brewers call up a towering right-hander, 6'7", with a delivery that looks like a slingshot and a fastball that touches triple digits before hitters can react. His debut comes against the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch of his career, 100.5 miles per hour. Cameras catch jaws dropping in the dugout. Analysts scramble for comparisons. In a league obsessed with velocity, here's a rookie redefining what an arm is supposed to be capable of. 5 starts later, Misiorowski sits at 4-1 with an earned run average under 3, 33 strikeouts, only 12 hits allowed across more than 25 innings. It's one of the loudest debut stretches the sport has seen in years. But here's the thing about baseball in July. That's exactly when All-Star rosters get finalized, and somebody in the league office makes a decision that lights the fuse. Jacob Misiorowski is named to the National League All-Star team. 5 starts. That's the number that breaks the internet. 5 starts, and he's standing shoulder to shoulder with players who spent a decade grinding toward this exact moment. The backlash is immediate. Philadelphia's Trea Turner doesn't hold back. His teammate, left-hander Cristopher Sánchez, is sitting at 8-2 with an earned run average near 2.5, numbers that scream All-Star, and he's on the outside looking in. Turner argues publicly that the game should belong to the players who've put in a full season of work, not the one generating the most highlight clips. It isn't whispered in a locker room, it's out in the open for the whole league to hear. Turner isn't alone. The Phillies had also been pushing hard for a second arm, left-hander Ranger Suárez, sitting at 7-3 with an ERA under 2. 2 established, deserving starters, both left off the roster, while a rookie who'd barely unpacked his locker gets the golden ticket instead.
But this isn't a simple villain and victim story. It's a philosophical divide that simmered in baseball for years. What is the All-Star game actually for? A reward for the season's most dominant performers? Or an exhibition built for the fans, built for electricity, built for the kind of moment that makes a casual viewer stop scrolling? Misiorowski's own peers walk a tightrope. Kyle Schwarber, Trea Turner's teammate, tries to lower the temperature, making clear the frustration isn't personal. It's about wanting Philadelphia's incredible season properly represented. He says plainly it isn't Misiorowski's fault he only pitched 5 games and still got the nod. Then a future Hall of Famer weighs in. Clayton Kershaw, on his 11th All-Star selection that year, refuses to see it as a fight at all. In his view, everyone in that room wants the same thing: the best players on the field, whoever they may be. Even veterans meeting him for the first time are stunned. San Francisco's Robbie Ray calls the rookie's arm simply electric, the kind of talent that turns heads no matter how many starts are on the resume. The pressure builds toward Tuesday night in Atlanta. National League manager Dave Roberts is asked point-blank to defend the pick. He doesn't dodge it. He calls the decision an easy one, saying that if a player brings excitement and attention to the game, he's all for it, while also admitting his instinct is that the All-Star game should showcase the sport's best players. It's an honest answer that captures the whole tension in one breath.
Then comes the moment everyone's waiting for. Misiorowski takes the mound in the middle innings of a one-run game. 9 of his pitches cross the plate at triple digits. He works a scoreless 8th inning in a National League win that finishes 7-6. In front of the very players who questioned whether he belonged, he delivers exactly the kind of moment the All-Star game was designed to produce. Braves manager Brian Snitker, watching from the NL coaching staff, sums up the counter-argument perfectly. "It's an exhibition," he says. "There's room in it for a talent like this one."
Fast forward to 2026, and the story flips entirely. Misiorowski enters his first full big league season and doesn't just meet the hype, he leads all of Major League Baseball. By July, he's sitting on a 9-4 record with a league best earned run average around 1.47, tops in strikeouts with over 150, and the lowest WHIP among every qualified starter in baseball. Over an 11-start stretch, he goes 8-2 with an ERA under 1. Opposing hitters manage a batting average against him barely above 100. He even matches a piece of pitching history, throwing a fastball that ties for the 3rd fastest pitch tracked since MLB started measuring velocity back in 2008. This time, when his name is called for the All-Star team, there's no debate at all. No press conferences defending the choice. No Trea Turner pushing back. Just universal agreement that the kid with 5 starts has become the most dominant arm in the sport.
Here's the twist nobody saw coming. Misiorowski is on pace to be a lock for the 2026 All-Star game, but the Brewers' rotation plan means he's scheduled to start the final game before the break, which, by league rule, makes him ineligible to actually pitch in the event itself. The same player once accused of not deserving a spot now can't take the mound in it, even though he's earned every bit of it. And rather than complaining, he responds the way he's responded to everything since that first triple-digit pitch. He says he understands the priority is the stretch run in September and October, not a midsummer exhibition. He even points out how much easier it feels this time around, since he already knows what it's like to stand in that dugout as one of the guys everyone else looks up to. That's the real story here. Not a kid who got lucky with one flashy start. A pitcher who took a national argument about whether he belonged and made it look almost quaint a year later. The controversy that once had analysts pounding tables has been replaced by a simple, undeniable truth. He was the best pitcher in baseball, and everyone eventually had to admit it.
What started as a heated debate over roster fairness turned into one of the most compelling redemption arcs in recent baseball memory. A rookie got thrown into the fire before he was ready, according to his critics, and instead of wilting, he turned doubt into fuel. By the time the argument settled, the only thing left to say was that the pick wasn't wrong at all. He was just early.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most talked about roster controversies in recent MLB history, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more untold stories from inside the game. And drop a comment below. Do you think the All-Star game should reward the season's best performers, or does it exist purely for the moments that get people talking? Let us know what you think.